Hey everyone, I couldn't sleep, so I figured why not shoot this video right now with all the crickets rubbing their butts. And if you've watched my sugar and starch interview a while back, I mentioned that I've had hallucinations and I've suffered with depression for quite a while. So I thought I'd talk about that today and how veganism can help, and I guess I'll talk about hallucinations first, since that's the fun part. So, backstory with the hallucinations, I started having hallucinations about when I was maybe 16 years old, in the middle of high school, and I can't say what caused them and what made them start at that age, but I do know that mental illness does run in my family. I have at least 2 relatives that have had schizophrenia, and mental disorders do generally start around that age, mid-teens, so maybe I went totally crazy in the middle of high school, who knows. But the hallucinations that I most commonly had on a almost daily basis was seeing bugs everywhere. Spiders, ants, cockroaches, just all over my walls, ceiling, floor, sometimes covering my body, and I just like freak the fuck out for a second, and I'd see all those, bugs everywhere for, maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then they'd disappear, and I'd have like a minor freak out. And that would be almost on a daily basis. And less frequent hallucinations would be I'd see like random objects turn into different animals, like frogs or weasels or something. I remember often when I'd ride my bike, I'd see some of the weeds popping out of the ground turn into frogs and then like kind of jump at me. I've seen tissue boxes and stuff turn into lizards, and that would happen maybe 1 to 3 times a week, so those were a little less frequent but still fairly often. And the more rare ones were the more kind of scary, violent ones, and I'd see people just materialize out of thin air and just come charge at me with knives or baseball bats, and then they just disappear all of a sudden. And I'd also see skin and flesh melt off of people who were just right in front of me talking to me, and that was less frequent, maybe once every 2-3 weeks. So, yeah, it wasn't the most pleasant thing. A lot of people think, oh, hallucinations, yay. It's not the same kind of thing. It's not like a drug kind of hallucination where it's fun. It's just annoying shit that's kind of scary, that kind of throws you off. And it did really bother me. And then, right around the end of high school, I went vegan at 19 years old, and right away I saw a huge change. I went from having hallucinations virtually every single day to having them only once or twice a week, and that might still seem like a lot, but for me that was just a massive change. I was way less stressed out all the time. It really improved my quality of life, and there is research explaining this. Oxidative stress has been implicated in causing neuropsychiatric disorders, including hallucinations, schizophrenia, delusions. So for anyone suffering from neuropsychiatric issues, including hallucinations, then I'd highly recommend a vegan diet and definitely cut those animal products out. They do cause oxidative stress. Saturated fat, cholesterol, and amino acids like methionine cause a lot of oxidative stress and inflammation. So, not just anecdotally, the research also states this, a vegan diet can really help you out. Now, I didn't say a vegan diet completely got rid of my hallucinations. They were still happening once or twice a week. And once I gave up coffee and pre-workout supplements, I actually found out that caffeine was causing a lot of these hallucinations. And once I cut out all of the caffeine from my diet, I went from having hallucinations once or twice every week to having them once or twice every month or 2, or sometimes 3 months. So that's probably something that's specific to me. I do have a really high caffeine sensitivity. But if you're suffering from hallucinations or any kind of issues related to that, then I'd recommend cutting caffeine out of your diet. It does affect the way your brain works, so it's worth a shot. All of those things, the vegan diet and the caffeine, they almost completely got rid of all of my hallucinations. Almost. And now my depression, my issues with depression started from a really, really young age. Maybe when I was around 6 years old, and it went downhill really fucking quick. And at around 8 or 9 years old, I woke up one morning and I was dead set on fucking killing myself. I had heard my grandfather say, like, if you take a bath with a toaster, it'll just kill you from the electricity, and I just got that idea then, and I was going to take a bath with a toaster that morning, and if it weren't for the cartoons that were playing, I would have not been here. I'd have been dead. I can still remember Rocco's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, and Darkwing Duck were playing, and that really saved me.
Good. Now go to sleep.
And my reasoning back then was life is temporary, and so is suffering, and so is enjoyment, and life might be worth living if you can have some of these enjoyable moments, and in the end, all of your pain and suffering will be gone anyway. So I decided to live, but it's been a real struggle ever since then, and almost every single day I've woken up, I've just wanted to die, and I've just always thought, why the fuck couldn't I have just died in my sleep? Why couldn't I have just been hit by a fucking car? Why couldn't somebody just shoot me? And that changed when I went vegan, and it wasn't as sudden of a change as with my hallucinations. It was much more gradual, but now, after 4 years of veganism, I don't feel like I just want to fucking die when I wake up. When I wake up now, I'm excited to actually get up, face the day, and I can just enjoy life more. I'm not a happy person at all, but I'm a bit more normal, and that's a huge change. I can actually enjoy living now, whereas before, I just wanted to fucking die. And again, there is research supporting this. I already mentioned the study earlier on that neuropsychiatric disorders can be helped with high antioxidant diets, and neuropsychiatric disorders do involve depression, and there is much more research showing that antioxidants can help with depression. So again, vegan diets, whole food vegan diets in particular, they're very high in antioxidants, and if you're suffering from depression and you want to do something about it, then in my opinion, a vegan diet just might be the best thing that you can do. So that's my history with hallucinations and depression. I can at least say anecdotally that a vegan diet really helped me, and the research also does seem to support that a vegan diet can help with neuropsychiatric disorders. So if you're suffering from any of those issues, try out veganism. It's definitely worth a shot. And if any of you watching have suffered from neuropsychiatric disorders and have gone vegan and it helped you, then leave a comment down below sharing your experiences. And don't forget to rate and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. And here are some cicadas having sex.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.